Vera, I want to tell you a few things here. I want to try to explain certain things to you. First of all, you've now come to a very important point in your karmic structure for this life. Your spiritual light of positivity is trying to strengthen more to help you in this life. You've also touched a very strong karmic point, which is connected with the past and also with certain conditions that are in the experience that you've got to bring better together from the past to this life. Now, we have known each other before. I have stayed away from talking much to you about that for a particular reason, because I was not allowed to go into it too much with you till you reached a certain point. You've reached it now, so I'm going to tell you certain things. Going back we knew each other back in time when you were a student in my father's learning place. He taught philosophy in China, and within that he also taught music, art. All these things came together. You were one of his most promising pupils. But he also taught humility. So he gave you the positivity from himself to help you to find your own positivity. But he also was very aware to keep humility in his pupils. You went through a type of crisis during that time, because you felt that you had not got the appreciation and the respect that you felt you deserved. And you became angry, and you ran away. You would have been able to have achieved great heights, but you disappointed yourself. And you disappointed and saddened my father and myself. But you felt that we did not love you or respect you. But we did. But you had trouble with your pride. So you ran away. And in running away, you went into frustration. Not just because you stepped out of the path that you should have kept in, but also You became, in a way, sad too because you had let down the expectations of others. But my Father did not put his expectations onto you. He encouraged you to build your own truth so that you could in turn teach others. You have had other expressions of life since that. But this one is a very important one for you to be able to more positively hold your spiritual light in harmony with your love. So this is why also in this life that karmic link has been very strong, and that is why so many years ago I was placed on your pathway again. You see, it is not the aspirations so much that others have for us. It is how we can function within the reality of our own, and how we can fulfill the positivity as we function to gain that, to fulfill and hold that positivity in us step by step. You see, when you sit, and again I see your guide with you, when you sit in meditation, or when you sit in what I term as quiet contemplation, not only does your guide, but also your higher order integrate and strengthen more. But the inflow also of the cosmic light of positivity can come closer to you. That can help you more and more to climb your spiritual mountain, and now to get over this point in the mountain that you have been held in for quite a while. Not just back to what I spoke of, but it has also affected you in other lives indirectly. Although I have not been on your pathway to meet you in those lives, but it has affected you. And this now is the very important one that is connected with lifting you, bringing you out of that, what I term as block on that pathway, so that your spiritual climb can go more correctly. So in a way, this life is one which is to bring you up more positive, but also it has been difficult. And because of certain things that have interreacted in your own stages in your development, it's not just the personality of this life, but of other things that have been at times interreacting and tested me in that. There has then been at times this tendency to jump to that branch and then be disillusioned on that branch, and then to look to the next branch. But with it too, Spirit has not left you or weakened with you. Spirit and the light from those that guide and help you has got stronger, even although at times you may not feel it. It has. So you see, interest in music, interest in the philosophical things, interest in art, all those interests are in another level within you, which filters through to this. The feeling of, if I can put it in a way, heartache that comes over you, that is not fear. That is what is linked with you, that you have in this life to understand, to function in such a way that it will also help to heal the heartache. There is still a lot of positivity, and there are conditions there which can bring you yet in this life a feeling of acceptance in yourself and more positivity that you can bring up in yourself. But there will always be a tendency to feel that there is still something yet that is needed. That is also part of what's going on karmically. But this life is very important to not run away in fear or in frustration back negatively into yourself, because that will block you from this. Part of my mission in this life, even although I have been married twice and I have 2 children, part of my mission is to not seek to be trapped by physical life, but to try to understand to grow with spirit children and to try to grow and move with that understanding through great difficulties, to put it out. That's part of my mission. Also why I come onto your path now, because of the past, is also to give you that type of love and to help you to find your centre more harmoniously and the courage to climb. Over the next number of months, work with each day as if you are fully aware you are in the eternal now. Work as positively to give of yourself and to take the positivity of the experience from the day back again. Work with others and give to others in that positivity of the now. And in the months ahead, you will see and understand the way the pathway is moving. There are more, not only in spirit that watch over you positively, but there are more around you that look at you positively, maybe than you realize. But if you go forward and function with the positivity in yourself as much as you can to the now, then you will be made more aware that this is true. You have a lot that you can give out to others that is positive. But you have got to hold your center peace more harmoniously for yourself. You see, part also of the problem through these situations can be with God and in this life has been this fear of letting others down. Not only not living up to your own expectancies, but the fear of letting others down. And sometimes that is locked in such a way that you have become very restless. But as I said, there's a karmic meaning in that. It's linked with the past, not the fear of this life, but it reflects over onto here. I think also, you see that? Yeah? That, alright, I'll tell you. Erling is here. Yes. Erling. Well, just to say he's here. But you see, I feel as I get that light, just that's what touched flower there. You see, there was not a closeness between you, but there was an interest at one stage. You understand? But you see, I just felt his light closely there. And just as I felt that, the flower moved. Because I was going to say to you before that there have been periods over this last year that you have, in your sleep state, been in what we call the astral and spiritual spheres. And you have been seeing some people you have known in this life. And you have been watching and seeing their progress on how they have functioned in the non-physical life with their understanding. You've gone into that level and you have been seeing some of these people. And when I was about to say that, then suddenly I got Ernie and I got the flower jump there. But there's others you have. And not just what necessarily that you've been very close with them or consciously very fond of them in this life, but you've known them. And there has been certain interests that you've had the same, or certain things on the pathway in this life that you've come into contact with. And it's in your sleep state, you've gone into this astral level. And you have been also in the higher spiritual aspect with some, but also your helper has been with you and protecting you as you've been traveling, if I can put it like that. And you also have been learning and becoming more aware of also what others have fully picked up in their life experience, and also where some have been trapped in that life experience and have not picked up what they should, and have had to, on the other side of life, readjust in their awareness. And that, for some, has been like a little hell in a way, because they have had to go over that which they did not function with so well and look to that which they should have. And then their experience they have got to relearn. And that has been very difficult for some. Others have picked up their lesson correctly and are standing free from that life with the positivity of their light and with the harmony and the happiness within them to go on. So you have been over this last year brought into various levels. You have been looking, you have been helped to look with eyes that are not just your own purely emotional level, but to look more correctly at what is being functioning or not functioning so correctly with others, and then look back again at yourself to pull up. So there's a lot's been going on with you over this last year, more than maybe consciously you are fully aware of. But you are very well supported and helped. That's the way I see it. But I would not have commented to you earlier about certain things till you'd reached this very important point now that you're at, and also that you have got this stronger light of strength with you. Symbolically again, I see what I've seen earlier with you. Only the light is stronger. It's like a golden rope around you. But it's brighter and it's strong. And it's wrapped around you. And your helper has the other half. And he's looking back at you. He's got it over his shoulder like this. And it's round you here and he's got it like this. And he's looking back at you like that. And he's tugging on it. And he's looking again and he's pulling on it this way. Let's go. But in the time ahead, as I said, you must take it now and try to work with the principle of the eternal now. As you go forward, you'll see certain things with others that may uplift you and make you happy for them, or maybe reflected in yourself a bit. You'll see other things that will not maybe surprise you, or in some ways will, that is happening with other people. But again, it will also make you reflect at times on yourself. Because again, those that may appear to be in positive conditions and functioning well within it can also be brought into situations where they will be greatly tested. So you'll see these things coming up in your life. But the rope around you is strong. Hold on and work in eternal now, drawing the experience and the positivity up from that experience. Then put that out also to others. Then you will see much more than maybe you fully at the moment do or expect, a better response. Now, dear, there's some things you want to ask me. I'll try and answer if I can. Back to the mundane things. Yes, okay.
No, I think I understand better now. Right. Some things also about the pride and hurt, yes, and the humiliation that I feel, and
that's right.
What the lack I feel, and the appreciation.
That's right.
Very much so. It gives more meaning.
That's right.
That there is something deep behind it.
That's right.
And yes, actually that's what I needed to know, that it's not without a cause.
No,
that I can understand.
That's right.
And say, all right, it's all right.
Yes, dear.
Yes.
That is why, as I said, you had to reach this point before I could tell you.
Yes.
Because it would not have been right to have told you earlier. Because like a traveller on the pathway, you hadn't fully reached the point in the journey to understand what the pointer was there to tell you. Now you have. Well, that's all I can say then.
Yeah. This Ellie, I don't know, doesn't come to my mind anyone called Erling.
Erling. It doesn't ring? Oh. Yes, it's someone that you knew in the TN.
Erling, I knew one Erling that lived in Cornwall.
That's what I mean.
But has he passed over?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, he's a nice fellow.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he was here earlier today. But he still was here. But what he wasn't have gone. Because when I was talking to you about you've been out, on the astral and you've been doing, then suddenly I got again Erling. And then the floor jumped.
Yeah. It's so alive to my mind now that
Right,
I know it's him.
Yes,
I could sense him so much. A very nice
that's
fellow.
right. But he was here earlier because his wife was here. And he made a very strong knock. But I thought he had gone. I wasn't thinking. And then suddenly, when I was telling you about people that you'd known, then his light came, and he's been also one that you have been. But you've been on different spheres, looking at people you've known in this life, and also seeing how they have gained their experience from this life, and how they're functioning with it in the higher life. And you've been helped with your guide to look at this and to also explain certain things to you. So you've been on different levels, some, as I said, that have evolved to higher levels, some that are not such a high level. But again, those that you have met in this pathway, that you have known when you were very young, but some that you knew more, as we will say, when you were grown up with aspirations similar in interest. And you have been going and contacting and watching their interaction in their development and what state they have found themselves. So that again has been telling you certain things.
Thank you, Cecily. I think this is what I'll work with. And I will not pry on you with the jobs and the love and all that.
Okay.
I'll see if I can sort it out.
Good man, right.